this morning. So if you come down to seated, any position that feels comfortable, so maybe just cross-legged, or on the knees if that's too much. We'll just start as always by working with the breath and just connecting in. So rest your hands on your knees or on your lap. Sit nice and tall, let your shoulders relax. Awesome. All right, big deep inhale here. And then exhale as you close down your eyes. And then just breathing in and out through the nostrils. And just centering yourself. Checking in with yourself mentally, physically, and emotionally before we start. Maybe just moving the head from side to side, rolling through the neck, just to release any tension that we may have this morning. Awesome, and then let's start deepening and lengthening the inhale and exhale. So make the breath longer, push it down into the body, push it down into the belly. And just check that the exhale is smooth. So if the breath's faltering at all, try to smooth it out. Another couple of breaths, yeah. With each one, make the spine even taller, the shoulders, just keep them down and away from the ears. And just bringing that prana, that life force energy into the body. Turning on the Ujjayi breath if you're familiar with it. Otherwise, just regular, long, deep inhales and exhales throughout. Bringing the hands into prayer at heart center. Set your focus, your intention for practice this morning. Think about what brought you to your mat today. All right, let's open the eyes up, interlace the fingers, push them away. Just round the spine, push the shoulder blades back. And then as you inhale, bring the chest forward, take the arms up to the ceiling. Big stretch. Take a twist over to the left side, so bringing the right hand across onto the knee, twisting, looking over the back shoulder. Lovely. Bring it back to center, interlace the fingers, push them forward, round the spine. Take them up to the ceiling. Nice big stretch here. And then twisting over to the left side, bringing the hand across onto the knee. Just turning to look behind you. Lovely. And then bring it back to center. Roll over your knees. Let's come straight to tabletop. And then extending the right arm forward, the left leg back into our Superman position. Nice flat back. So engage the tummy, extend the fingertips forward and the heel pushes to the back of the room. As you inhale, draw the knee and the elbow in towards each other to touch and push them away. Then take them out on a 90-degree angle and then back to center. And then bring them in under the body and touch. Extend away, take them out and to center. One more, bring it in and take it out. Take them out on the 90-degree angle to the side and then back to center and then release them down. Good, do the other side. So left arm, right leg. So get that nice length from your fingertip to your heel first. Flex the foot, engage the core. And then inhale, knee and elbow come in, push them away, take them out to the side, and then back to center. Good. Bring them in, touch, and out. Take them out to the side, and to center. One more. Knee and elbow touch, extend out, take them out to the side, bring it back to center, release them down. Good. Just move the hips from side to side. Take your knees a little wider, your big toes touching, and push your bottom back to take a wide leg child's pose, bringing the forehead down to the floor. Just get the stretch through the lower back, creep those fingertips further forward, and then push down into your hands, spreading the fingers out, pull up, tabletop, lower chin and chest, elbows are nice and tight, push back up, and push your bottom to your heels. Draw up, lower down, chin and chest, elbows are tight, push back up, and push it all the way back. One more. Inhale, come up, lower down. This time, hover off the mat and then lay yourself down. Untuck the toes, so the legs are laying down, keeping the hands underneath the shoulders. And then squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest, engage the tummy. Exhale to lower. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders, lift the chest, look forward. Exhale, lower. One more. Lift up, push back into tabletop, and push your bottom to your heels. Lift your knees off the floor just to hover for a moment. Activate through the tummy, and then extend up and back into downward facing dog. Lovely, and then have a little pedal out of the legs, bending one leg then the other. Just take a moment to settle into down dog, maybe give the head a shake. Take any movement, moving through the hips, the shoulders. And then just finding stillness in this posture. Just find stillness in your down dog. Push your heels to the floor, lift your hips a little bit higher. Okay, let's inhale, bring it forward and just drop the hips, open the chest. So we're staying on the toes and then exhale, push back, downward facing. I'm going to do this 5 times. So bring it forward, drop the hips, open the chest and exhale, push it back. Good, bring it forward, inhale, open. Exhale, take it back, 2 more. Inhale, bring it forward and open the chest. Exhale, push back, last one. Bring it forward, open the chest. Nice. Exhale, push it all the way back. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Let's just take a ragdoll here, maybe shake out the wrists, find some circles with the wrists. And just hang over the legs. Say good morning to your hamstrings. Knees can be soft if we need them to be. Just play around with the weight in your heels and in your balls of your feet. Awesome, release your arms down to the floor. Slowly roll up the spine. Let's come up to standing. And then inhale, raise the arms up towards the ceiling. Bring them into prayer at heart center. Lovely, just interlace the fingers and just make some circles with the wrists. Going one way and then go the other way. Give them a shake out. Okay, so feet are together. Take the arms up, grab onto the right wrist, lift up. Let's take it over for a side bend. Pushing the arms into the ears and pushing the hips out. Really extending through that side body. Breathe in, let's lengthen even more and go a bit deeper if we can. And then back to center, switch sides. So lift up and then take it over. So pushing the hips out, reaching the arm over. Lengthening one more time, let's go deeper. Inhale, bring it back to center, forward fold. Fold from the hip crease, good. Okay, hands come onto the shins, that's halfway lift. Lengthen through the spine, so really extend the head towards the top edge of the mat and the tailbone to the back. And breathe here, exhale, fold, nice and deep. Pull yourself in, try and bring your nose towards your shins. Place your hands onto the floor, so bend the knees if we need to. Lengthen the spine once more, and then push the mat forward as you push your nose back. So really get that stretch going through the back of the legs. So knees can be soft to begin with. Just push, try and push that mat forward as you push back. Take the weight into the balls of your feet. And then release that tension off. Let's step back with the right foot. Sorry, let me mirror you, dropping that back knee down onto the floor. Take an inhale and raise your arms to the sky. Let's just sink into this lunge position here. So keep the tailbone tucked under so we can just drop the hips and feel the stretch through the front here. Drop the left hand between the shoulder blades, take hold of that top elbow and take the tricep stretch. Or if you want, you can take the hands behind and interlace the fingers if that works for you. Otherwise, we're just taking hold of the top, but keep the head nice and keep the head lifted so we don't put any stress on the neck. Keep the chest lifted, hold it here. Sink a little bit more into the hips if you can. Lovely, release the arms down, rock back and pull the left toes up towards you so that we've got the hamstring stretch. Try and keep your hips square on this one. and push the hips to the back of the room and pull that front foot up towards your face. Take your chest down towards your thighs if you can go a little bit deeper here. Feel that stretch, work into it, and then release. Put the weight back into the front foot, hands come in to the top of the mat, step back into plank. Let's vinyasa from here. So knees, chin, chest if you wish, or chaturanga, lower down. Push through into your back bend. Nice, and then take it back into downward facing dog. Good, we're going to do those five movements that we did at the beginning. So coming forward, so come forward on your inhale, drop the hips, open the chest, and exhale, push back. So inhale, bring it forward, open, exhale, push back. Good, and 3, open the chest, exhale, push back. Good, 2 more. Inhale, come forward. So keep the core active as we do this to protect the back. Last one, open, and exhale to push it back. Good, walk your feet all the way back up to the top of the mat. So feet are together, just bring the hands onto the shins, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Sweep the arms to the sky, inhale, reach up. Let's go straight back down, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen, really stick the head out to one direction, the bottom in the other. Fold down, bring the hands to the floor, push the mat forward as you pull, as you bring your nose back towards your knees or shins, lift your tailbone. Take weight forward into the balls of your feet. Good, keep pushing it back. And then release off the tension. Let's step back with the left foot. Lower the left knee down onto the floor. Arms come up into our low lunge. So tuck the bum and sink into the hips so we get the hip flexor stretch. Relax the shoulders here. Just make sure the knee doesn't go past the ankle at the front, and then drop the right hand between the shoulder blades and take hold of that top elbow. If you wish, you can sweep the hand behind and interlace fingers behind the back. But keep the neck long, the head lifted. And just breathe here. Feel the stretch through the tricep and through the hip flexor. Sink a little deeper perhaps. Carefully releasing through the arms, rock the hips back and pull the toes up towards you. Hands can either be on the hips or on the floor. Both hips are pushing towards the back of the room as we start moving our chest down towards the thigh. Pull those toes up towards your face to get the stretch through the hamstring. Good. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Take the chest further down as you exhale. And then carefully release out. Put the weight back into the front foot. Hands come alongside. Step back to plank. Through your vinyasa, so either knees, chin, chest or chaturanga. Push through into your back bend. Exhaling into downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath here. Shake out any neck tension. Push your heels to the mat. Awesome. Well done. Look forward. Bend at the knees. Jump or step both feet to the top. Halfway lift. Exhale. Deep forward fold. Squeeze in tight. Sweep the arms up to the sky. Bring them into prayer at heart center. Lovely. Inhale. Let's take those arms back up again. Exhale. Forward fold. Lift the chest, lengthen, so halfway lift, step or jump back, plank to chaturanga. So flow to downward facing dog. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take the right leg into the air, 3-leg dog. Hips are square, lead with the heel. Good, now push the floor away with those hands. Try and ground your left heel to the floor as you lift your right leg a little bit higher. Push the heel up towards the ceiling. Good. And then bring the knee forward to the nose. Around the spine for tiger curl. Push back up. And in. Knee to nose. And back. One more. Knee to nose. And hold. And step the right foot between the hands. Good. Take an inhale. Come up into your high lunge position. So sink nice and deep into your lunge. You can always put the back knee on the floor if we need to here. That's fine. Okay, so sink nice and deep. reach forward to the front of the room, then bring the hands down to circle. Inhale, raise them back up again. Good, so reach forward and down. And inhale, brings them up. One more, reach forward, bring it down. Inhale, bring it up. Bring that left knee forward into a knee lift. So we're going to take the weight forward, lift the left knee in front of us, and then wrap it over the right for your eagle legs. Take your arms out, and the left arm's going to go underneath the right and wrap into eagle arms. Okay? So we're wrapping nice and tight here. Try and get your elbows up to shoulder height, and then push them forward. If we can't tuck that foot in, it can just balance on the floor next to the other foot. Good, take a breath here, inhale. As you exhale, bring your knees, your elbows to your knees to crunch, and then inhale, lift it back up. And then crunch. And then back up. Awesome, one more, crunch down. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Pause in your eagle. Release the leg out, push it back to warrior three. Tilt forward, stay with those eagle arms. Ooh, hold there. Then release your hands down to the floor. Lift that leg higher to go for your standing splits. Maybe getting hold of the ankle with one or with both hands, pulling the chest into the thigh. And then release your hands to the floor. Well done. Step that foot all the way to the back of the mat for a lunge position. Step the other foot back as well. Plank position. Awesome. Lower, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good work. Push those heels down. Lift the tailbone higher. And exhale out that tension. Well done. Look forward, bend at the knees, jump or step to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over your legs. Sweep the arms to the sky, reach them up. Let's go straight back down, forward fold. Lift the chest, lengthen. Jump or step back, plank to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing. Just take a couple of breaths here before we do the other side. So push down strongly through the hands. Push your heels to the floor, lift the tailbones nice and high. All right, let's do the other side. Lift the left leg into the air, left leg up. So nice strong three-legged dog, pushing the right heel to the floor as we lift the left leg a little bit higher. And then draw the knee to the nose, round the spine. Tiger curls, push it back. And forward, round, and push back. One more, bring it forward, hold, then step the foot in between the hands. Good, come up into high lunge position, so arms come up, and then sink into the lunge. You can always lower the back knee if you want to for this one, and sink down. And then circling the arms, so reach forward, down to the floor. Inhale, come up, and again, forward and down. Inhale, lift you back up. And one more, forward, all the way down. Inhale, raise the arms up. We're going to bring the right knee forward, lift it up, and then slide it into your eagle legs, tucking the foot behind the calf. Take the arms out into crucifix, then wrap the right arm underneath the left for your eagle arms. So fully wrapped up, bring the elbows up to shoulder height, push them forward. Remember, we can always just balance the toes on the floor if we can't get the wrap. And then inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, touch the elbows to the knees. And then lift up. And then lower. Are we breathing? Hopefully. Lift up. And again, take them down. Touch. Inhale, bring up. Keep the arms as they are. Unravel the leg. Push back into your warrior three. Nice. Release the hands to the floor. Lift the leg higher into standing splits. Let's get hold of that ankle with one hand or maybe with both. See how it does on this side. And release your hands to the floor. Well done. Step that foot all the way to the back of the mat into your lunge. Good. Step the left foot back as well into plank, and then take your vinyasa from here. Move with your breath slowly to downward facing dog once you're there, 5 breaths. Or you could drop the knees down and take child's pose for 5 breaths. If you need some water, please take a drink on board. Just take a few breaths wherever you are, just to reconnect mind, body, breath. Just checking in with yourself. Good work. After your 5th breath, look forward, bend at the knees, jump or step to the top of the mat, halfway lift, and let's fold. Raise up as you inhale, and exhale, hands come to prayer. Well done. Take the arms up, get some length through the body here. Keep that length, take your hands behind you and interlace them. Squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest. Now push the hips forward, go for a bit of a back bend. And then forward fold, taking the chest down to the thighs and the arms coming up and overhead. So you have a little wiggle with the shoulders. Each inhale, lengthening the spine, taking the head a little bit closer down towards the feet. And the arms are coming over. Feel that stretch through the shoulders, through the back of the legs. Awesome. And then bend your knees, sit your bottom down. Sit your bottom down, so we come into chair posture. Sweep the arms up and in front of you and take your Utkatasana. Now tuck the tailbone under. Make sure that those toes are visible. I'm just going to turn around to face you. Okay, so tuck the tailbone, reach the arms up. Now sit down even deeper. Good, keep sitting. Bring the hands into prayer. Lift the heels off the floor and just drop your bottom down onto your heels. So we're in a little toe squat. Twist your right elbow onto your left knee and twist here. Now open the chest as much as you can. If you want to go for a side crow here, please feel free. So the hands can come down to the floor. Make sure the fingers are spread out nice and wide. And then transfer the weight over. Chaturanga arms and lift one or both feet off the floor. Have a little fly. And then bring it back to center. Everybody, hands back to prayer, heart center. Let's try the other side. Twist the elbow over the knee and then push the top hand into the bottom. Turn the chest. Take a moment, and then if you want to try your side crow here, hands down, spread them out. Then take a little bend into the elbows as you take your weight over, and then the feet may lift off the floor. They might not, we might just be getting used to putting the weight into our hands, whichever is fine, and bring it back to center when you're ready. Okay, so hands are in prayer, heart center. Keep those heels lifted as we slowly raise up. Reach to the ceiling, so you're still on your tippy toes. Reach up. Exhale, heels down, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. And step or jump back. Plank to chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale into downward facing. Take the right leg into the air, 3-leg dog. Bend the knee, open the hip. So drop the heel to the opposite butt cheek. Really open that hip up. Lift the knee as high as you can as you drive your left heel down towards the floor. And then inhale, let's bring that knee towards the same elbow. So right knee, right elbow, push back. And again, right knee, right elbow, push it back. One more, right knee, right elbow, pause, step the foot outside the hand. So outside the hand into lizard. You can lower your back knee down and tuck the back toes if you want to. Just see how this feels for you today. So working with this lizard posture, you can stay here, so with the back knee down and on the hands, or maybe you want to lower down onto your forearms. This foot, I tend to turn my front foot out on the diagonal to give me a bit more space. See how it feels for you. And then we can always lift that back knee again once we're in the posture. If it feels all right to do so, it just makes it a little bit stronger. But see which one works best for you today, what your hips need, especially on this side, because both sides are very different. So just sinking into the posture, just finding breath, seeing if you can find a little bit of space to move the body into, to intensify that stretch perhaps. Awesome. All right, let's bring the hands back so they're underneath the shoulders. We're going to move the right hand, right arm, underneath the right leg. So the hand comes onto the outside of the foot. From here, lifting the back knee off the floor. Stay with this, or take your arms out and fly them, or wrap them behind the back and go for the bind. Good, just focusing on one point on the floor, keeping that back heel lifted. Hold for a breath, and then carefully release. Lower the back knee down. Take the right knee back to join with the left, and then move and circle out those hips. Well done, going one way and then going the other. Don't know about you, but I don't need a hot studio today. I'm generating enough heat of my own. Okay, let's push back into downward facing dog. Let's do the same on the other side. So lift the left leg into the air. Bend the knee, open the hip. So dropping the heel to the opposite buttock. Push your right heel to the floor as you lift that left knee as high as you can. So your knee should be the highest point of the posture. And then come forward. Left knee touches left elbow. Push it back. And again, knee to elbow. And push back. One more, knee to elbow. Pause. And then step the foot outside the hand. Lower the back knee and untuck the toes. So again, if you want to stay here in lizard, please do. But there's the option to go down onto your forearms here. And then you can lift the back knee as well to take it into the full lizard. Whichever feels right for you today, just see what's going on in this hip. Choose your appropriate level and just find the breath. Big, deep inhales. And long, slow exhalations. Let's try and keep that breath as long as we can. Find a bit of extra space to move the body into, to take the posture a little deeper. If you're feeling it today. Always listen to what your body tells you, the signals that you get, telling you whether you need to go deeper or not. And then let's bring the hands back so they're underneath the shoulders. All right, left hand moves underneath the left leg, so the hand's on the outside of that foot. The back knee raises off the floor. And then if you want to, you can take your arms out to find your wings, or wrap them behind your back to bind your lizard. Keep the back heel lifted, so push that back heel to the back of your mat and straighten that back leg. Good. Just keep the hips nice and low. Release out slowly. Awesome. Right knee comes down to the floor. The left knee joins it. And then we can just circle out those hips. Hip circle in one direction and then the other. Lovely. Come back to center. Take the knees wider. The big toes touch and push back into your child's pose. Just let the elbows drop down to the mat so the arms aren't active. And just release here. Take some breaths. Nice long inhales. And long, slow exhalations. Well done, everybody. When you're ready, we'll start in downward facing dog. Let's take the last part of our flow before we hit the floor. So look forward, bend at the knees, jump or step your feet to the top, lift the chest. Exhale, a deep forward fold here. Nice. Inhale, sweep those arms up, reach them up and bring the hands into prayer at heart center. Big inhale, sigh out through the mouth. Exhale. Lovely. Take the feet to mat distance apart. We're coming into, so the feet are turning out to 10 to 2. Inhale, reach the arms up. As we exhale, we're going to sink down into our malasana, into our yogic squat, and then inhale, raise it up. And exhale, come down. And again, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, take it all the way down. Use your elbows to push the knees out nice and wide, lift the chest. Drop the bottom down. Keep the spine as tall as we can here, shoulders are relaxed. Really push those knees out to the side, using the elbows. If you can get your bum down, your heels down, that'd be awesome. But lengthen up through the spine. Good. Drop the left shoulder, take the hand to the floor and reach the right arm up. We can look up towards that top hand, or you can bind behind the back. Or if that's too much, we can bind underneath the leg. You can just lift your bum and bind underneath. Whichever one feels better. But just turn over, turn and look over the right shoulder. And then carefully release, bring it back to center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it back down again. Bring it back down. Let's do the other side. So drop the shoulder, extend the arm towards the floor, reach up, stay here, or again, you can take the bind behind the back or under the leg. Just keep opening the knees, looking over the left shoulder, and carefully release and bring it back to center. Awesome. Okay, just bring your hands to the floor, toe heel the feet in towards each other, and then drop your bottom back down so you're in a toe squat, but this time the knees are together. From here, we're just going to rock and roll. But to begin, see if you can drop your heels to the floor and reach the arms forward. So try and push your heels all the way down. Hold there for a moment before dropping down onto the bum and then finding those rock and roll movements to massage out through the spine. Keep the feet off the floor. Come up to balance in your half navasana. Holding in half navasana, so holding onto the back of the legs. We can then extend the arms forward if you want to. But lift the chest and lengthen up through the spine here. Hold. Take the left arm across the right knee and open the chest. Bring it back to center. Just give the knees a little squeeze. And then back up. Extend. And take the right arm across and open up to the other side. Open the chest as much as you can. And then bring it back to center. Give those knees a squeeze, hug them in, nice and tight. One rock and roll. Go back and up, hold it there. Take hold of your big toes with your peace fingers. And then extend one leg or both legs. Okay, lift the chest, lengthen up through the spine. So legs can be together or apart. It's up to you. We're going to go straight to our plow. If you've got space, be careful. I might kick something here. So slowly roll back and take the feet all the way over your head towards the floor. They might touch down, they might not. If they don't touch down, just keep hold of the feet. If you do touch down, you can release the hands off your back, off your feet, and interlace the hands behind the back into our full plow posture. But just take a few breaths here. Breathe through that restriction that you've placed on your breath. Lovely. And then everybody, let's bring the hands onto the base of the spine and then just slowly support it as we roll down. Bring the bottom to the floor, hands down by your side, bend your knees and place your feet as close as you can towards your bottom to ready to go up for our back bends. So your middle fingers might be able to touch your heels. Keep the neck nice and long, look up towards the ceiling, then pull the belly button down towards the spine and tilt the pelvis, then lift the hips up and away from the mat. Arms can stay down by the sides, or we can interlace the hands underneath the back and roll the shoulders in towards each other. And then push the floor away with your feet. Lift those hips, keep the tummy engaged. Lovely. Make sure the knees don't splay wide, so keep some activation into the inner thighs. And then release the hands out of the way. Slowly roll the spine back down to the mat. Have a breather. We'll do the same thing again. We'll just add a little variation when we get to the top. So bring those feet in, tilt the pelvis, lift the hips up. Walk the shoulders towards each other, but bring your hands underneath your sacrum. So you're making like a little bridge with your hands to support your back bend. And then take one of your legs into the air. Walk your hands under and release that foot down. Take the other one into the air. Release that foot down. Then if you want to, you can see if you can take them both up into the air. And then lower one of them. So stack the legs and bring one of them back down and then the other one back down. Good, and then you can try that the other way as well. So take the opposite leg into the air first. And then the other one joins. And then again, stack the legs. So we split them and one of them drops down to the floor. And then the other. Well done. Release the hands out and roll the spine back to the mat. Good. Have a little windscreen wipe of the knees from side to side. And then one more back bend of your choosing. If you're happy with bridge, stay with bridge. You can try that variation again if you want to. If you want to go for half or full wheel, please do so. So bring the feet in, lift the hips. Roll the shoulders under, interlace the fingers, or maybe bring the hands next to the ears if we're going to go for a full back bend. We can lift up onto the top of the head or all the way up into a full back bend, pushing the floor away. Equal pressure through the hands and the feet, making sure the feet are pointing forwards. Lift up and then exhale, slowly bring it down to the mat. To release, our feet are mat distance apart, and let's just windscreen wipe them from side to side. Good, bring the knees into the chest, take hold of the back of the thighs, and if you rock and roll forward and back, come up into seating, just slide the feet away so we can take hold of opposite elbows underneath the legs. Now round your spine. And just let your head drop down. So we're breathing out any tension that we're creating in our back bend. It's a nice passive forward fold. You may want to slide the feet a little bit further away to intensify this feeling. We're just really rounding through the spine and releasing. Brilliant, well done. Okay, time to go upside down. So if you want to go back into your shoulder stand, your inversion, please do. Or if you want to go for a headstand or handstand, then that's fine. Or maybe there's a wall or a chair near you that you can just lay on your back and put your legs up against it. All right, they're just legs in the air. The more restorative version is waterfall, which is hands under the bum, legs in the air, and we just stay here. We've got about a minute or so to be upside down. You want to aim for at least about 10 breaths if you can, wherever you choose to go today. But lifting up, finding the breath. Just be really mindful of your neck, your back, especially as we go into and come out of these postures. So it's your inversion practice. Choose where you want to take it. And if you're going for the more restorative option, then you can close down the eyes and really start connecting with your breath. Good work, everybody. When you come down, if you need to take a counter posture, please do so, or any other postures that you want to take before we go into Shavasana. I'm just going to finish off with a spinal twist, so laying on the back, my arms out in a crucifix position, drawing the knees into the chest and then dropping them over to one side, keeping the shoulders down and gazing in the opposite direction. Lovely. And then if you are going for the spinal twist, let's take it to the other side. Taking it across. And releasing into the center. Dropping the feet, sliding them along, or if the lower back isn't great, keep the knees bent and just knock the knees together. Arms by your side, palms are face up. If you have space around you, let's use it. Take up space. Rock the head slowly from side to side. Let it rest wherever it feels right. Close the eyes. Take a nice big deep inhale. Sigh out. And surrender yourself completely to your mat. Do whatever you need to do with your breath. Let it return to its own rhythm. Let your body relax. And enjoy this wonderful posture. If you find that the mind is getting too busy whilst you are laying here, then just try and observe your thoughts rather than following your thoughts. So don't attach energy or emotion to them. Just watch them as they pass by and allow them to pass by. Try to keep the mind clear. If you find that difficult, then just focusing on the breath can help. Notice the inhale and the exhale. Slowly start making some small movements with your fingers, your toes, to reawaken the physical body. Coming out of your Shavasana in any way that you want to, maybe taking a stretch, or giving yourself some love, hugging the knees into the chest. Excuse me. Carefully rolling over onto one side before transitioning back up to seated in your own time. Sit tall, relax the shoulders, bring the hands into prayer at heart center. Remember your focus, your intention for practice today, the reason you turned up on your mat. I thank you all for joining me this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure to guide you. Namaste.